Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Priestess Talk. I am Priestess ᴜɪᴏᴏᴜ, and we have another amazing and incredible episode for you today. I want to continue answering some of the questions that I have been receiving, and today I'm going to tackle the question of how do I know everybody has psychic abilities? First, though, if you love our content and want to support our work, please consider subscribing to our channel. Every subscription helps our channel to grow, and every subscription helps us on our journey. So if you want to support our work, please consider subscribing to us. It would mean the world to us. All right, so the question is, how do I know everybody has psychic abilities? Well, that's a very good question, because some people are born more psychically open than others. Some people have greater psychic skills than others. However, how do I know that everybody has psychic abilities? It's because I can see the energies. We are energetically made in a certain way. We are energetically designed to be a certain way. Even from the physical perspective, we are designed to have our intuition and our instinct. Instinct is a psychic skill. Awareness of the world around us, that gut feeling that you know there's something wrong, that fear that there's danger lurking, that's a psychic ability. That is an instinct right there. We all have psychic abilities, just like we all have a brain. We all have a brain. We all have a heart. We all have a stomach. All these organs that are inside of us operate in a specific way that keep our body running. Now, when it comes to the mind, the third eye energetically is wired within to our mind. And our mind is designed to tap into our physical senses and to receive stimulus from the world around us. So as we tap into these energies and receive physical stimulus, we are also getting energetic stimulus. We are also getting energies from the world around us. So we are also picking up. This is why when you hold your hand out, you gaze at it, you gaze past it, you can eventually see a white line surrounding your hand. That is your clairvoyance. That is your psychic skill of clairvoyance. Now, part of the question dove into, well, how do I know? Because even like in school, some children are good at math, some children are good at sports, some children are good at arts. Yes, but they are still good at something. And there are 365 psychic senses. We actually have 365 psychic senses. So while some people might be really good at clairaudience, some people are going to be really good at clairsentience. This is me and my coven sister, Alana. Alana, she can hear the demons. She can hear them like they are in the room with her. She can hear accents. She can hear them speaking in other languages. She can hear different tonalities in their voices. That is her gift. She is very skilled in clairaudience. I am not skilled in clairaudience. Clairaudience is actually one of my weakest senses. My clairvoyance is stronger than my clairaudience. My clairsentience, on the other hand, the ability to feel and to make sense of the energies and the vibrations around, that is my skill. That is my dominant psychic sense. Part of the problem, I think, is when people think, oh, well, everybody is not, or some people are more psychic than others. It's because they are assigning different psychic skills as more psychic than other psychic skills. When in actuality, there are many different psychic skills and they are all different. They are all different and unique. If you have an ability to walk into a room and get a sense of somebody, like you're like, oh, that person is not good. Like if you just know, it's a psychic skill. That's a psychic gift right there. That is your psychic skill. Just because you're not clairvoyant or clairaudient doesn't mean that you don't have a psychic skill. It just means it's different. Just like some children are really good at math, some children are really good at art, some children are really good at sports. It's that diversity. It's the same with your psychic gifts. Your psychic gifts, there are many different psychic gifts. There are many different psychic skills. For some people, they need to touch the object with their hands in order to get a sense, in order to sense the energy of that object. They have to have that tactile stimulation. But once they touch the object, the information flows to them. It flows to them and they start to understand it. They start to understand the vibrations and they can start decoding the messages that are contained in those energies. It's the same with any psychic sense. Some people are going to be really gifted in clairvoyance, like really gifted. You're going to have people that could just walk into a room and they're like, I see the energies. I can see my companions walking. I see orbs. I see flashes, I see everything. Those people are going to be really skilled in clairvoyance. Just because they're skilled in clairvoyance, they might be completely spiritually deaf. But yet another person might not be able to see anything, but they walk into a room and they can hear everything. They can hear all the messages. They can hear the spirits talking. They can hear them interacting with each other. They can hear these vibrations, or they can hear what's going on around them. Two different psychic skills. Just because the clairvoyant doesn't have clairaudience doesn't mean they're not psychic. Just because the clairaudient doesn't have clairvoyance doesn't mean they're not psychic. It just means that they are skilled in different areas. Now, little things in life, like some people are naturally born more psychically open than others. This is because they are more connected and more in tune with their psychic eye. So they're more connected to their psychic eye, they're more connected to their skills and abilities, and also they haven't been shut down. A lot of times we are shut down. We are shut down as children. If you listen to children talk, if you listen to children, they will tell you things. They will talk about the ghosts in the room. They will talk about their imaginary friends. They will talk about all these different things. And are some of them their imagination? Of course. But where's that coming from? Where are all those energies coming from? You'll get some children that'll tell you about their past lives. They will tell you, they will be able to recite exact dates, events of their past life. You will get some children that will start telling you stories that their imaginary friends have told, which they couldn't have possibly known. You will get children who will say things like, oh, well, Grandpa was playing the piano the other night. Well, Grandpa's been dead since before that child was born, and Grandpa was a pianist. How did they know that? So you will get these things, but then you have adults coming in and go, oh, that's just your imagination. Oh, it's just your imaginary friend. Oh, don't talk about that. Oh, don't talk about that. That's scary. No, push it down, and then a child starts to push their abilities down, and then next thing you know, they can't hear anymore. Next thing you know, they can't talk. A lot of people say, well, how do I know? I've never met a person that I couldn't at least get some smidgen of psychic ability out. It depends on how disconnected you are from your third eye and how disconnected you are from your abilities. And yeah, some people retain them. Some people retain their psychic abilities. And some people, when they start connecting to this, they're really open. They just start getting it. And some people, when they start connecting to their psychic abilities, it just opens up for them. Some people, it does take more time. It's just like learning, though. It's like the saying, though, if you judged all children's intelligence based on their ability to do math, he would miss the intelligence of so many other children. That intelligence test would be geared to the kids who were good at math. So it's just like if you gave a test to a bunch of clairvoyants, a test on clairaudience, and they all failed, it doesn't mean they're not psychic. It just means that the test wasn't geared to their strength. It's the same in school. If you test a goldfish by its ability to climb a tree, it's not going to appear very smart. However, if you test it by its ability to swim, it's going to dominate, and it is going to rise above all the other students. That is the same with psychic skills. Just because you are not psychically gifted in one area does not mean that you are not psychically gifted, and it does not mean that you do not have psychic skills. Some psychic skills are more dormant. Like psychic skills, there's also a disconnect between what is a psychic skill, because some things that are connected to our psychic skills are actually considered normal. Like if you listen to music and you are moved by that music, that is a psychic skill. You're moved by that music and you feel overwhelmed by it. You feel the energies. That is clairaudience. You are connected to the energies of that music, and it is moving through you, and it is stimulating you. If you've ever walked into an art gallery and you've been taken by a piece of art, that is clairvoyance. You are captivated by the energies of that art. If you can recall in your mind a memory, and you can actually see the full memory, people talking, and you can hear their tone of voice, that is clairaudience. Clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, all of our psychic skills are actually woven into our daily life. Some things are just considered, okay, this is psychic and this isn't. This is normal. Well, it's a part of our psychic skills, so it's like there's this disconnect of what's psychic and what's normal, and you have to pass it. I mean, it's like saying, oh, well, you have to be able to score these perfect grades in order to be intelligent. It's like, okay, so no, because some kids don't work well in the school system. Some kids have a hard time with the school system. Some kids are just naturally excel in other areas. Some kids are more geared towards sports. Some kids are more geared toward art. Not everybody has to be a mathematician. Not everybody has to be a science major. Some people are naturally skilled in other areas. Some people are incredible writers, and they can't do math at all. If you took a writer who's profound in their writing and just knows how to weave the most incredible tapestry of words and based their intelligence on their ability to do math, it would probably damage their self-esteem and probably wouldn't go very well. Same with psychic skills. If you're taking society's perspective of what is psychic, because we've been labeled like, okay, this is psychic. If you're psychic, you have to be able to do this. You have to be able to read the minds of all those around you. You have to be able to completely translate messages and reveal the future and do all this stuff. These are very advanced psychic skills, and yeah, you can work up to them, but just because you don't have that doesn't mean you're not psychic. Just because you're not there doesn't mean you're not psychic. It just means that you are at a different stage of development. And yeah, some people are going to be more skilled now. Some people have that ability to see into the future. Some people have that ability to hear the spirit companions like they're right next to them. Some people have the ability to untangle and unweave the deep mysteries and connection from the sensations that come from the spiritual world. These are all different psychic skills, though. Like if you took me and Alana, when it came to clairsentience, I would score higher. When it came to clairaudience, she would score higher. We're both incredibly psychic. We both have these skills and abilities. Everybody's got psychic skills to a degree. Some people are more disconnected than others, and that can be from a lot of different factors. It can be from upbringing, it can be from just naturally disconnected, it can be from underdeveloped psychic senses. Some psychic senses do need to be developed. You do need to take the time to develop them, and you do need to take the time to step into those energies and to learn about them. Sometimes it's just an energetic attunement disconnect, which basically means that you are receiving the information. So it's all the stimulus is coming into your third eye, but your brain doesn't know what to do with it. It's like if you sat in a room with a bunch of people speaking another language and you're expected to talk to them. You're not going to be able to unless you actually have a foundation of that language and know that language. So you'd just be sitting there going, okay, people are talking and I don't know what's going on. And they're just talking in another language and you're the only one there that doesn't speak that language. If your brain is receiving a bunch of information that it doesn't know how to translate, it's going to be like, okay, I don't know what to do with this. So what you have to do is you have to go back to your foundation and you have to start learning. Okay, there's tons of different exercises that you can do. Simple exercises to start training your third eye and start training your psychic senses. Just like with languages, learning the basics of that language, learning the foundation, getting a foundation for that language, and then learning how to translate it so you can go into that room and have a conversation with those people and speak to them in that language. When you first start opening up to the spiritual world, you're going to get hit with a lot of energy, and a lot of it you're not going to be able to translate. A lot of it you're not going to actually be able to understand. So you've got to go back, you've got to start building a foundation, and you have to start training your mind to translate those spiritual energies. So that can be as simple as your mind just going, okay, I'm going to take this time and I'm going to ask my spirit companion yes or no questions. So you ask a question and you see, okay, if I hear no, do I hear yes? Do I hear no? Do I hear yes? Or you can say, I'm going to gaze at my hand every day and then I'm going to see the white outline. And as I see the white outline, I'm going to start to go deeper into that. I'm going to look for colors and I'm going to see details and I'm going to start to see a clear image of the human aura. So you're working, there's consistent steps to train and develop your psychic skills. And everybody has this ability because it's part of our journey here. We take in energies in the eyes. We take in and our eyes go, okay, I'm going to translate those into pictures for the brain. So based off of the vibrations, your brain is projecting your entire world. So based off of these vibrations, your brain is creating a picture of the world around you. When you hear things, you're hearing the sound vibrations, it's going in, and your brain is translating those. When you get chills up your spine, gut feelings, these are very tied into psychic abilities. These are very tied into the psychic energies that are around us. We are very powerful. We do not even begin to use a fraction of the power that we have. And it's because we've been disconnected from it. We've been told, okay, well, this is this is proper to use in society. You can see things. You can see the physical world. You can hear the physical world, but you can't see the unseen world. You can't see the spiritual world, even though the senses work together. They do. The ears, there's actually receptors, energetic receptors in the ears, which are translating psychic sounds and sending it to the brain. There are actually visual receptors in the eyes, which are taking in energies, unseen energies, and translating it and sending it to the brain for translation. The brain just has to learn how to translate it. The brain just has to understand that. And because we've been disconnected from these senses, because we've been disconnected to our own essence, it makes it very hard to do that. And it makes it very hard to actually bridge those connections and form them. So how do I know that everybody has psychic skills? Because everybody has physical senses. We can see, we can hear, we can taste, we can touch, we can smell. And even if we don't have all those physical senses, we have some. We have some of those physical senses. Just because you don't have clairaudience doesn't mean you don't have clairsentience. And just because you don't have clairsentience doesn't mean you don't have clairvoyance. These energies are a part of us. And every single person who I have walked through and helped, I have been able to connect them to some aspect of their psychic ability. I have been able to show them that certain things they do in their everyday life is directly connected to their psychic skills and abilities. It is an energetic part of our makeup, and it is an energetic part of who we are. Just like we all have a brain, just like we all have a mind, just like we can all think. Just because we think differently doesn't mean the brain isn't there. Just because we have different strengths doesn't mean we are stupid. It just means that we have to explore until we find the area that we're strong in. So yes, everybody is psychic. Everybody has these natural skills and abilities, and everybody can develop their psychic skills. I believe everybody can connect to their psychic skills, and everybody can develop their natural gifts. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching our video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you want to support our work, the easiest way is to subscribe to our channel. It would mean the world to us, and we greatly appreciate every subscription that we get. We're on the way to 30,000, and every day just keeps getting better and better. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this Priestess Talk, and until next week, have an amazing and demonically inspired week. Bye!